It's Ty Ford. I'm with Jay Porter, and we're at the Radial Engineering booth here at AES. And Jay has about a half a dozen or so new things that you need to know about. Take it, Jay.
All right. Well, the first thing that we're excited about for this show is the BT Pro. So this is the first Bluetooth-enabled direct box. Wow. So no longer do you have to be tethered to your mixer. You can, you're trying to play backing tracks or music, intro music, outro music. Yeah. Now you can connect your iPhone or iPod to Bluetooth DI.
Bluetooth head earpiece?
No, it's this is a receive device.
Ah, okay.
So we transmit the music from my phone or from my iPod, connect it wirelessly to Bluetooth, and then we have an XLR output that can go into the mic pre's on your mixing board, or you can turn up this level control here all the way to line level. So this thing can plug straight into line level devices, so straight into a power amplifier, straight into a pair of powered speakers. Hey, you want to turn a pair of powered speakers into wireless? You can connect a BT Pro to it. So first Bluetooth-enabled direct box from Radial Engineering.
Okay.
All right.
What's next on your list?
Next on our list is, this is a bit of a installation-specific product, but lots of folks jumping over to the Dante system. Yes. So we now have direct boxes for Dante network. Again,
so for people not familiar with Dante, you get an incredibly large amount of channels that are over a digital interface, right?
Correct, yeah. It's basically standard Ethernet cable.
Right.
Virtually over any network within any building can be wired up with the right software for Dante, and then basically any input can show up anywhere on that network. So it's a really good way to distribute audio. So we're going to do two devices. This one here is the receive device. So this is going to take your Ethernet from your Dante network and output line level. So now you can feed some powered speakers or feed a system anywhere on the Dante network, feed the audio out of the Dante network into this box.
So it's like a DA converter with bells and whistles.
Absolutely. And now we've not at the show because we didn't have the metal work, but coming along right beside this is the actual DI box. So it's going to be a stereo DI box, 1/4-inch inputs, RCA inputs, and a 3.5 mil. So again, you can take any instrument or any of your consumer devices and plug into the Dante network and transmit that way. So,
cool.
So a pair of the Dante DIs. Next. This is kind of a cool product. We just thought we'd bring it to the AES show, though it's more for guitar players, but lots of sound engineers here that would make use of this. This is the JDX Direct Drive. So we came out with the JDX DI box a few years ago, which lives between the head and the cabinet on a guitar amp. It captures a really nice natural sound of an amplifier without having to use the microphone. This takes it one step further. This is an emulation box, no amplifier required. So now that player that's going in to do a small gig, maybe at a church or a small cafe or a small club, doesn't want to carry around a big amplifier with them, this sounds like you've got an amp, especially if you hook up your favorite pedal chain, get a little distortion pedal in there, maybe a chorus pedal, and now you've got 3 pedals on the floor. You go right to the soundboard with an XLR output and no amplifier required, and sounds like you've got one. Go into a pair of powered speakers and hey, it sounds all of a sudden like you've got a Marshall 412, except at a much lower volume and a lot lighter to carry. So, so that's the JDX Direct Drive.
Okay.
And finally, last but not least, we have the Twin Servo, the Jensen Twin Servo preamp. So those of you maybe...
Is that dual 990s?
The dual 990s.
Ooh.
Yes. So for those of you not familiar, the dual 990 Twin Servo was created by Dean Jensen back in the early 1980s and became a favorite mic preamp for a lot of people. Dean patented the design, but then released it to the public domain and allowed a lot of people to build these. So
John Hardy makes
John Hardy makes one, and he's carried on the tradition for a very, very long time, and still does make it today. For those of you that don't know, we purchased Jensen a year or so ago, so now owned by Radial Engineering, and we thought, John's still building them and building a very good product, but we thought we'd come out with just the 500 series version, working with the folks at Jensen and working with our engineers to kind of come up with the radial version of the 990. So kept Dean's original circuit intact, the original transformers intact, sounds like $1 million. This should be shipping by the new year, so we're really happy with this.
What's street price going to be?
We don't have it finalized yet, but in the $1,000 to $1,200 range where we're going. So that is the Twin Servo 990 from Radial Engineering. And I think that's all we've got for this show. you know, a half dozen or so. But yeah, hope you enjoy, and thanks for checking us out.